Welcome to how to calculate the mean from a frequency table. We are going to use the data set in StatCrunch called nutritional data for fast food. We're going to observe the fat column. So let's go to StatCrunch. And in StatCrunch, we're going to use a nutritional data set for fast food. Under the fat column, we're going to calculate the mean. So we're going to go to Stat, Summary Stats, and choose Columns. We're going to do the total fat, and we're going to just observe the mean, and we're going to hit Compute. So this answer is 28.5. So there's an average of 28.5 grams for all the items in this data set. Let's record it on our sheet. So the mean fat for the entire data set is 28.5 grams. Next, we're going to construct the frequency table using the starting point of 0 and a class width of 20. And then we're going to calculate the midpoints for each interval. So in StatCrunch, let's first of all calculate those. In StatCrunch, remember, we're going to go Stat, and then we're going to go Tables, and then Frequency Table. And we're going to choose, remember, we're going to choose the fat column. And we just want the frequency table. And now choose bin numerical data. We're going to start at 0 and a class width of 20. So you can see from 0 to 20 grams of fat, there are 53 items in that category. There's only one item between 80 to 100 grams of fat. And so let's record that on our answer sheet. So I recorded 53, 41, 22, 9, and 1 in the respective intervals. Now to calculate the midpoints. To calculate the midpoints, remember what we have to do. We have to take the minimum value in the interval plus the maximum value in that same interval, and we divide it by 2 to find the midpoint. I'm going to go ahead and do this in Desmos. So 0 plus 19 divided by 2, and it's 9.5. Then I can do the next one, 20 plus 39 divided by 2 is 29.5. You can notice that the class width is 20. So I'm going 9.5, 29.5. So the next one would naturally be 49.5. Let's write those in our form. So our midpoint. Remember, I'm going to use the equation editor. So I'm going to hit Alt plus to enter in. And 0 plus 19 divided by 2 space equals 9.5. And then the next one I can do as well. Remember, Alt plus 20 plus 39 divided by 2 space equals, and then 19.5. Go ahead and type in the rest. So now we have the midpoints. Remember, we take the lower limit plus the upper limit divided by 2, so we have midpoints of 9.5, 29.5, 49.5, 69.5, and 89.5, and notice the class width is 20. Next question. We're going to have to calculate the mean from that same frequency table showing the general formula, which I've given you, the specific formula showing the substitution, and the numerical value. Then we're going to check our answer using StatCrunch. In our formula, it says we're going to take the sum of the x values, which are the midpoints, times the frequencies, then take that divided by the sum of the frequencies. So I've already started us off here, and we're going to add the 9.5, and then we're going to insert under the equation. I'm going to use a multiplication symbol. So it's going to be 9.5, so we're going to take those 9.5. Okay, we're going to assume that from interval from 0 to 19, those 53 items are going to have fat of 9.5. So 9.5 times 53. Then we're going to take the 29.5 and we're going to multiply it by 41. Then we're going to add it to the 49.5, and we're going to multiply that by 22. Add it to the 69.5, and we're going to times that by 22. I'm sorry, 9. And we're going to add that and take 89.5, and we're going to multiply it by 1. Take all that and divide it by the sum of the frequencies. So we're going to add those up, 53 plus 41 plus 22 plus 9 plus 1. And then that's going to equal, well, we can again use Desmos to do this. Let me switch to Desmos. So now in Desmos, I type that equation in, 9.5 times 53 plus 29.5 times 41 plus 49.5 times 22 plus 69.5 times 9 plus 89.5 times 1. And then we're going to divide that all by the frequencies, 53 plus 41 plus 22 plus 9 plus 1. And we get an average of 27.9. So that average is 27.9. Remember, that's in grams. And remember, if you want to, you can highlight this and change it to red to show your answers. So notice that the mean of 27.9 is different than the mean of 28.5. It is slightly less. So what happens? So why is the mean from the frequency distribution different from the overall mean? So remember that when you're calculating the mean from the frequency table, you're accounting for the midpoints, not the actual values. So you're taking that middle value for all of them. So you're using the midpoints instead of the actual values. Why is it slightly lower? Well, if you notice that the frequencies for these, the 53 and the 41, there's larger frequencies in the lower intervals. So it's going to lower that mean because of those frequencies.